Welcome to another edition of Chart Talk. I'm Tony Ogorek. I'm here with Portfolio Manager Jeff Viksjo. And Jeff, we've got a couple of great charts today that are going to hopefully answer the question for our clients and prospective clients. You know, how long before I can get my money back from this bear market? So let's take a look at the first chart, which looks at how much the S&P 500 has fallen during recessions that go back to probably World War II. What do we see here, Jeff? Which recession do you think looks the closest to what we're probably going to be going through here?
Yeah, I think before we can get the money back, the market's got to stop falling. And so this chart tries to get it. Well, how much further do we have to go? You know, Tony, we're down about 25% so far this year. That's down more than about half of the recessions on this page. So that suggests that maybe we're getting close. And you asked about, you know, which recession is the closest to today. I would argue it's probably 1981, which is where we had a similar rise in inflation that was considered uncontrollable. Fed Chairman Volcker at the time raised rates very aggressively, much more so than we're seeing today, but he, to double digits to bring inflation down, which he was ultimately successful. In that recession, the market was down about 30%. So again, we're almost to that number.
Great. So let's flip to our next chart. And this takes a look at all of the recessions, again, since World War II, looks at the average decline. And you're right, Jeff, it's down about a third. And typically, markets are up 2/3 of the time, they're down 1/3 of the time. That is the reality of things. But the real interesting thing is, what's the break even from being down 20%, which is where we are right now? Very interesting, right?
It is interesting. If you look at COVID, it was only 6 months before we hit down 20 to all the way to break even. That was extremely fast. We don't think it's going to be anywhere near that close because the Fed doesn't have those same tools available to it today that it used in COVID. However, the average shows you it's a little, it's very close to 2 years. So if we hit down 20 in June, it would suggest that we have 2 years, till June 2024.
Right. So, the good news is we're not looking at 5 years or 10 years. It's, probably on average a couple of years. It's not going to be done this year, but at least we have some decent, guidance in terms of what investors can expect to hopefully keep them in the game and help them to keep the profits that they've earned over the past few years. So thank you again for joining us for this edition of Chart Talk.